All right, Shalom. You hear me good?
Come on, sir.
All right, with the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And we've been teaching the truth from 1969 that the real Jews are black. Christ is a black man. The angels are black. Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians are the real Jews according to the Bible. And the oppressor is a deceiver that the Bible speaks of. You know what I mean? And Christmas, Easter, all the holidays are false and of Satan. The church is a house of Satan. All the religions are false and of Satan. And you know what I mean? We have classes 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Also, we have a podcast on Friday as well, which is 7 till 9. No, sorry, but a podcast which is 9 to 11. Sorry, excuse me, 9 to 11 every Friday, which is called On the Ends. Make sure you watch that as well. We're on all social media, I.S.U.P.K, United Kingdom. Make sure you pay your tithes. 10% of everything you earn go to the priests and prophets of the Lord. And our address is 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. And classes are every Monday, 7 to 9, Tuesday, 7 to 9, Wednesday, 7 to 9, Thursday, 7 to 9, Friday, 7 to 8. So Monday, you got the history class by Captain Parashia at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, 7 till 9 p.m. Tuesday, straight from Manchester. You can watch it online, watch it on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. We're also going to start doing TikTok as well. Lord allow next week as well. 7 to 9, live from Manchester. Also Wednesday at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, 7 to 9. Officer Dungabar does the law class. You know what I mean? So as blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians, there's laws that we got to keep. As blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, there's brotherhood that we need to have. And we teach that on Tuesday, brotherhood. Wednesday, the law class. Okay. Thursday, scripture breakdown class, which is today. You know what I mean? So we break down scriptures. Anything you don't understand, any questions, type them in the chat, call in, do what you got to do, and we'll break it down for you. That's every Thursday, 7 to 9, Lodge Road as well, 394 B18 5PW. And Friday is the Lasher One Kodash, which is every Friday, 7 to 9, by Officer Shamgar from London. Make sure you log into that class, man. Make sure you participate as well, man. You know what I mean? Get your you can participate and learn the Hebrew. Get yourself a whiteboard. Get yourself a small whiteboard where you can, and a foul tip pen where you can wipe it off. The brother will give the brother your email. He'll send you the Hebrew Israelite chart. There's like the alphabet Slakia, and you can start off by learning the alphabet, then move on to your numbers, advance to your days of the week. You know what I mean? Advance to names in the Bible. And before you know it, man, you could be a Hebrew scholar in this truth, man. Also, if any young man wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black pants, shirt, headband, and headscarf, man. In 90 days, get your name. Same for any sisters too. Any sister, you ain't gonna wear all black because you know you're not a trooper. You're not gonna do the work of the Lord. We got other work for you, man. But make sure you do your 90 days and get yourself a name in the school, man. It's luck, yeah.
Shalom, bro. I'll say you can shut your mouth. Strandy. No, not sitting there.
Khan, so yeah, that's I believe that's everything. So any questions, let's fire away. Let me know. Any understandings you don't know about scripture, anything you want broken down, so let me know.
God, so it's like if I could, I got a quick question, a breakdown for Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 9.
Proverbs 17 and 9. Proverbs 17 and 9. Go and read that for me.
Khan. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends.
Okay. So Proverbs is a book of wisdom. Proverbs is like, you see, the older men in Israel, and they be saying stuff, saying wise sayings, and all these wise sayings were written down in the book of Proverbs. Now, what usually happens in Proverbs is separated by a colon. So it will say one part of the saying, then the opposite. So they say, he that loves his brethren will look after him, but he that hates his brethren won't look after him. That's how Proverbs is written. So if you read that again.
Proverbs 17 verse 9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love.
Okay, that's the first part. So he that covereth transgression seeketh love. So let's see the flip part. Let's see the flip part of it, so then we can get the first part. Keep it in.
But he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends.
Okay, so break that part down. He that repeateth a matter separateth friends.
So is it saying like constantly bringing something that happened? Like
repeat is like absolutely. So if someone did something wrong, I'm like, yo, Tizarpan did this and Tizarpan said that. Oh, you missed it yesterday, man. Tizarpan was saying this about your garment, man. But he probably didn't even mean it. He probably was just chilling or was cracking jokes. But you repeated it back. You told another man. You separate friends. That's what you do. You're repeating. You're bringing it up to light. So that's what that part means. What does the first part mean? What's the opposite?
He that covereth a transgression seeketh love. So that's saying. Oh, sorry.
So break it down for me.
So it's saying, something happened, but you don't always have to bring things up. Like you can just let
exactly. One man revealeth it and repeats it, another man covers it. Another man hears you say some not so brotherly stuff, man. But you're drunk at the time, and he would just go, yo, listen, don't say that, man. That was so unbrotherly. That was terrible. You don't be laughing at the brother like that, man. And he don't tell the brother. He covers transgression. Why? He wants love. He wants this brother to love this brother still. And there's another man with a big mouth. He has to tell everybody. Do you know he was saying this about you, and he blah, 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 blah. And what's that going to do? Separate friends, man. Now going to have him, oh, okay. That's what he thinks about my car. All right. And so, okay. So he really thinks that my children are disorderly. Okay. But another man will hear that, check you, and not tell you nothing, man. That's what it's supposed to be. The Bible said what? If you got a problem, you go to he and thee alone. Right. Why is it the whole world ain't got to know? You have to tell the whole world, man, and enclose it to the whole world. That's brotherly. But you cover it, man. You don't let the world know a man's shortcomings. You don't let the world know every time a man, got drunk, or every time a man said something he didn't mean, or said something by accident, or said something in anger. Imagine if every time you had a problem with your children or a family member, someone went and told them, man. There's times in life where a family member might annoy you, say something wrong, or whatever the case may be. Imagine they knew every time they annoy you, man. They wouldn't talk to you again. They would never talk to you. They would never talk to you ever again. And there's some people out there that don't cover transgressions. They repeat it as the Bible says. Let the world know. He said that. Do you know he's saying this? He's saying blah, 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 blah. Them people separate friends. If that answers your question.
Come on, sir.
Go on.
That's not talking about the individual. That's talking about spreading room.
No. It's talking about the individual. Read up in Proverbs 17:9.
Proverbs 17:9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends.
There you go. That's how you break friendships, man. That's how you break friendships. There's some things you might hear, man. You might hear certain stuff, and you gotta check it, man. In fact, I've been checking myself. I've said stuff. I said confession is good for the soul. I have said stuff, man. And Captain Meshach has checked me. I said, what you said there was unbrotherly. You probably didn't mean it, but that was unbrotherly. You know what? When the brother finished the work, go call him and tell him Salakia. I'm like, kind of what I can't say. And then you go tell him? Meshach didn't go to that brother and go, yo, did you hear what Crafty said? That shit was unbrotherly, man. Whoa. Why? Because that separates friends.
Right.
Meshach covered the matter. He covered it, didn't tell the brother. He covered it, didn't tell no one. But he told me to go do it properly, man. How to go about it. And that's how you do it. But some people as bickerers, have to chat people's business, have to talk. And when they talk, some of them don't even mean it. They're just raised by women and they have to bicker, they have to do it. And as they're bickering, just breaking up friendships, man. Go on, Ariella.
It's like the other one. We all like that. And we've been in the UPK long enough to know better.
Majority of us, you want to know why? The brother said, ain't we all like that before we come in the UPK? And he's right. Majority of us are like that. You want to know why the reason is? You want to know why? We're raised by our mother. That's what it is. Real men, which are very rare, but even in the world, I've met a few, not much, a few masculine men. They're not like that, man. Go bring some pasta to them. I just go talk to them, man. I'm not interested, man. Very rare. But a lot of us, even the most gangsters of niggas, man, you know what I mean, are feminine. Feminine, raised by a mum. You got Tupac not speaking to Biggie. See, on the surface, Tupac's the most gangsters of men, gangsters. But I'm not talking to Biggie. You know who else won't talk to people? Children. You know who else I ain't speaking to him? Women. That's what they are, man. I'm not talking to him. I'll make an indirect diss record. You know who does that? Women do that, man. Have a wife. Women do indirects. Women will post something. Real men love their women. It's indirect. Not saying it's you. It's indirecting. You know what I mean? They put a picture of how much fun they're not having. That's what women do. And yeah, we've been turned to women in 2023, man. Our men are just women. Our men are emotional and soft and throw words at each other and, you know, upset and what's it, passive aggressive. You cool, boss? Yeah, I'm good, man. So why is it Shalom? I didn't see her. Sorry, I didn't see her. And that's the reason why. So a lot of us are bickering because we're raised by women. Let me get the scripture on that as well. Even one in them, Ecclesiasticus. Let me get there real quick. It is 2nd Ezra 5 and 8. Remember, listen, everything you know in life, everything is taught to you. And even our behavior, it was taught to us. We've watched our mom on the phone. Yeah, man, and Shanika said this, so I ain't chatting to her, you know, and what she sees me, I'm not going to chat to her. And we pick up these things. And your mom even tells you, see that boy there, don't speak to him, you know. Is that the same bully that bothered the other day? Don't talk back to him again. And we can't build a nation with the feminine traits, man. In this nation, Christ is calling back every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And in our past life, when we was in the world, some of us were drug dealers, man. I guess so we got to forgive them gangbangers that killed our cousin, man. So, Lakia, you're a woman. You got to forgive that woman that said that your weave ain't shit, man. Yo, we got to forgive ours. We can't build a kingdom if we can't build a kingdom as a nation if couple men are stuck on, you know, well, this man killed my cousin, you know. He shot me in the 80s. He took my drug spot. We're fighting against these things, and meanwhile, the oppressors going to the moon. We can't go to the moon. We can't get oil. We can't get language. We can't get that. Why? Because he shot my cousin 10 years ago. And these are feminine traits that we picked up and we can't let go. Meanwhile, the oppressor, England and France and Spain, been enemies for hundreds and thousands of years, man. Did anyone go to school and read about history? You know about the Spanish Armada that came against England and King Ferdinand fought against Henry VIII and just fighting for years, man. And they say, you know what? Allow the beef, man. Let's a certain called the European Union, man. Let's a certain called the European Union where we can come together and make money. They put a difference aside, but we can't. We can't do that because, boy, he shot at my cousin in the 80s, man. So I would love to have a country of my own. I love to have finance. I love to be rich. I would love to have the oppressor under my foot. But right about now, brother that shot my cousin, man. I can't do that. And those are feminine traits. Read that, Baba Kashar.
5 and verse
8.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places.
There you go. Talking about today. The Bible goes confusion in places. Are we confused, man? Nowadays, a boy can be born a man, but identify as a woman. You know what I mean? God loves everybody, but you're a Christian. And Christians believe if you're a Christian, then how can God love everybody? You're a Christian, God must not like Muslims. That's what I check. Go into hell. This is world confusion. Babel. The word Babel means confusion. And we are living in modern day Babylon, a whole melting pot of religions. It kills me. And people say, I'm a Muslim, I'm Christian, and we believe in world peace and all one. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. How is that possible? You are a Christian. I'm a Christian is synonymous with love and everybody, but Christians believe that non-Christians will burn in hell for eternity. So But this Muslim man get job that you claim, oh, we love all people, and we're gonna go to Afghanistan in the name of Jesus Christ and help these Iraqis. According to your religion, he's gonna burn to death, and according to his, you're gonna burn to death because you don't believe in Muhammad. According to Muslims, this man gonna burn to death for eternity in pus. But what's called pus? In pus, man. In hot pus. That's the confusion of the Christian church, man. That's the confusion of life that we live. That's the confusion of religion and philosophy that we live in today. Keep it in.
Honorable Khan. And the fire shall be oft sent out again.
Keep it in. I'll get to the point.
And the wild beasts shall change their places.
Keep it in.
And menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
There you go, man. Unclean women shall bring forth monsters, man. These unclean women are bringing forth gangbangers that shoot the block up, man. Unclean women are bringing forth children that want to become whores, man. That want a hot girl summer, that want to wear battery riders as my body. Unclean women are bringing forth children with tattoos, man. Women say, I can do what a man can do. No, you can't, man. Listen, in the 60s, the men was in the house, man. And when the men was in the house, did anyone know about the Brixton boys back then? No, they didn't exist, man. When the man was in the house working and coming home and beating them kids and making sure everything was in shape, did anyone know about the Aston gang and the Handsworth gang and the Longside and Moss Side gang? They didn't exist, man. When the oppressor, like what he did to Eve, gave her power. So listen, you can do this by yourself. You can be a great woman by yourself, man. That's when the gang started coming, man. That's when the drugs started flooding in, man. That's when the single parent home started flooding in. That's when women wanted to be single and kids want to be whores nowadays and men want to be gangbangers and sexual demons. That's when it came in, man. Let me tell you something. The thing that is rare is a thing that is precious, man. Gold is precious. Why? Because it's rare. Rocks are not precious because they're not rare, man. And there's one thing that our nation don't have in abundance, and that is men. Right. So what's that saying? The man is precious, man. We need that man in the house. Don't get me wrong. Listen, some women had to do what they had to do. The man left or whatnot, was chase the dream, and they had to do what they had to do, man. And women say, "Well, we've been doing what we've been there raising children for years." Women have not been raising children, man. Women been feeding them and keeping them alive, but they've been raising children. Jail is full of men raised by their mom, man. The graveyard is full of men that was raised by their mom, man.
That's right.
The AIDS ward and crack wars are full of men that was raised by their mom, man. Why? Because the Bible says what? Menstruous women, unclean women, women that are not in the truth, man. Women that don't know God, that don't want to know God, bring forth monsters. And that's why a lot of our men are feminine. That's why a lot of our men don't want to solve the problem. They want to bicker about it. They want to cry about it. A lot of people that bicker, you say, well, let's call him on the phone. No. Who said this one? You know, Ariella, yeah. Don't tell him I said this. Who said that one before? Don't tell him I said this, because really, you don't want to fix the problem. You acting like I want to fix it. You don't. You want to bicker, man. You want to do what as the Bible says, what? Repeateth a matter. You want to solve it. You don't want to cover the sin and solve it. Have this brother loving this brother, man. And speak to a man on a one way and say, listen, don't do that again. That was wrong. This want to cause problems, man. First thing people say is, don't tell him I said. The first thing they say. So what's the point of this conversation? Is it to fix the problem or is it to start shit? Excuse my French. So if that is your question, Ariella, let me get one more actually. It'll be Jeremiah 31:22. You don't know? No, got anything? No food wise? Oh, yeah. Oh. 31:22. Already got it. It's no sweat. Yeah, 31:22. Read that Bible short. That's allowed.
Khan. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
And the Lord said He created a new thing. So this is nothing that was around in Jeremiah's day. It's nothing that Abraham grew up seeing. It's nothing that Isaac grew up seeing. This is a new thing, something new that the men of the Bible have never seen in their life, that society has never seen in their life. And this is that new thing. Read.
Khan. A woman shall compass a man.
There you go. A woman shall compass a man. And that's what we live today. And it's done by design. That's why our men are all bickery. Why? Because a woman's compassed a man. Why would a woman listen to a man when she's compassed him? Why would when you go to these? If you ever go to executive buildings, big up in the sky, who do you see in there, man? Black women.
Right.
Doing what? The big jobs. And then sometimes you see the black man in there also. You see the black man in them jobs. And what's the black man doing? Emptying the bins. That's done on purpose. The oppressor made the black woman greater than the black man. And if I got a better job than you, I ain't gonna listen to you, man. How can some man that makes half my wage tell me when to come home? How can some man that makes half my wage tell me what to do? That's not done by design. The oppressor made it in a way that the woman, our black woman, is greater than us. She's working next to the prime minister and next to the president and got the greatest jobs. So therefore, why I got to listen to you for, man? And that way, these women raise kids by themselves. These kids learn their traits, and then we get these monsters, man. We get these monsters. And it's the same thing that the serpent told Eve in the garden. The serpent said, "Don't listen to Adam." The serpent said, "Listen, if you eat this fruit, you will be a god." He put the woman before the man. That's the same thing the serpent today puts the woman before the man. Don't listen to him, man. He empties garbage for a living, man. Your executive principal, CEO, CPO, and founders, man. The black woman's walking around with her heels on and stockings, thinking she's come past the black man. She's better than a black man. Any black man that even speaks to me gotta have some credentials, man. All that's done by design. Same trick that Eve told the serpent in the garden. Let me tell you something also, for any black woman with a good job, man. Your job don't mean nothing. That black man, if you're a woman with a nice job and a pencil skirt and the high heels, and you're the CEO of this big company, that black man that you open your legs to, I don't care if he empties bins for a living, that is your lord, man. Making money does not make you in charge, man. It doesn't make you in charge. Michael Jackson made money for all of his family, man. But who was in charge, man? His father was, man. You think because Michael Jackson made the money, he could do what he wanted to do? Serena Williams, man, and their sister, both of them was winning Olympic medals as children, man. As children, they made the money for the family. But guess what? That father was still in charge, man. Who makes the money? Because you make the money, don't make you in charge. England is rich off the back of taxpayers, man. Taxpayers make England rich. We're the reason why nurses get paid and doctors get paid and the NHS get paid, man. But do we have any say on any laws? No, we don't, man. Do we have any say on how much the MPs get paid? No, we don't, man. Who makes the money? Because you make the money, don't mean you call the shots, man. Don't mean because Michael Jackson was making millions for his father, he could go to bed whenever he wanted to. You think he could tell Joe Jackson, "Yo, Joe, shut up, man. You don't make no money. Don't tell me nothing." And likewise, because a woman makes money, don't mean that she's in charge, man. You know what I mean? You got certain people, you got certain earners. Every family is different. Some families, the man goes out to work. Some families, the man ain't the earner, the woman is. It just depends on that family. So it depends on your family. Some people got the mentality to be go-getters. Like Michael Jackson's family, the average family, the man will work. But in Michael Jackson's family, the kids worked. Why? Because they had the talent that didn't have. Serena and Venus had the talent that the parents didn't have. My children watch YouTube all the time, and I see them watching these kiddie YouTubers rapping and singing and whatever. And them kids make their parents money. You think they tell the kids? Do you think they tell the parents, "Yo, mom, we're not having dinner today. I want to eat sweets"? I don't think so. You think they say, "Mom, I don't want the bread. It's my money. We ain't paying no mortgage. I want a new Barbie doll house." I don't think they do. I don't think they do, even though they make the money. And likewise, who makes the money don't call the shots. But we think, well, I make the money, therefore I'm calling the shots, man. And for that reason, our lifestyle's upside down, man. Read that part again. Sorry, read that part again about the woman compassion, man.
Lucky. God. Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
There you go. A woman shall compass a man. She's going further than a man now. She got to listen to us. Now they can fight in the army. They don't need us no more, man. Now as the tie breaks down, they can call it AA. They don't need your elbow grease and your brute strength. Now a woman thinks so. A woman really believes she don't need a man. And she don't. Anything he's doing, she can just pay for it, man. She can just pay for it. You know, a woman can pay to get a tire change. You know what I mean? Back in the day, a man had to go chop down a tree. Nowadays, she just pays British gas. Lock that shit on, man. She just pay a man. The man will jack up the car. She got a new tire in no time. She got a wardrobe come through. She just pay a man. You put the wardrobe up, man. Nowadays, guess what? Once upon a time, if your man had no job, there's one thing you can rely on your man for. Remember that? And that was protection, man. The 999 came. And they said the 999 came out. She don't need you for that. She don't need you for that no more. Excuse me. So she feels like, bro, black man ain't nothing, man. You know what I mean? Then she sees one man. She looks at another man that looks so great, man. So great. He's rich and doing good. And that's the oppressor. So great. And he don't answer to nobody. He's free. And she wants him. And all that was done by design, man. You know what I mean? They put the woman against the man on purpose. So she don't have to respect us, man. Let me get that in Genesis. Give me Genesis 3. Give me about 3 and 1.
Book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made.
And the Bible calls the serpent, which is our oppressor, was more subtle than any beast on the field. You know what I mean? When you go into, we can go into it today if you want to, but the beast in the field was other nations, and the serpent was more subtle than any other nation. That's a fact. Even to this day, who's more subtle than the oppressor, man? We've been in slavery under all nations, but one nation said that Christ was white. One nation took our nationality away. At least when we're under the Africans, we knew we were Israelites. We were Israelites in slavery. The one that goes, no, you're not an Israelite. In fact, you're African American. That's you. Black British, that's you. We was under the Egyptians, man. At least they let us know, let us do our thing, man. Like this, man. This man will tell you to abort your baby, man. This man will push gender out there in the news and in media to make sure your sons become sexual deviant so you can't procreate, man. That's a subtle man, man.
That's right.
For us as a nation was the transatlantic slave trade. Because both of the slave trades both of the captivities were approximately 400 years. Can we say that one was worse than the other because of that reason?
Egypt, you mean?
Yeah, because they left us alone to our own devices.
Yeah.
We always knew who we were.
What I can say is the Bible says Egypt and today is our two main slaveries, two longest. But the oppressor is worse than the Egyptians.
That's right.
The Christianity he gives you alone.
Yeah, because in the Egyptian slavery, we wasn't completely destroyed.
We knew who we were. We even knew the tribes. Moses had to come up with child tribe breakdown. We knew our lineage. We knew the slaves. I'm the sons of Levi, and I'm this. So we knew who we were.
We was only physically destroyed. We weren't spiritually destroyed.
Kind of was. We wanted to go back, but we were more. That's more on the, had our spirit beaten out of us and got comfortable in slavery. More emotional, yeah. Spiritual. But we knew who we were. It was our back was beat and get to work every day, and kind of like a life living today. But this oppressor right here today, your mind is when you close your eyes, man, and you think about Jesus, you think about a white man.
Right.
On TV, Moses is white. Everyone's white. Imagine the Egyptians and the Israelites are both white in the movie. Everything, you woman, you ain't. He demands everything. The oppressor is so great, and you're nothing. The oppressor is Superman, Spider-Man, He-Man. You was like, wow, and then you're a doughboy. You're a doughboy. You're that ratchet girl on TV poking a man in the face. You watch Friday, the girl with the two color braids, the long nails.
Yeah. Big booty.
By the time you're 18, no wonder you hate yourself. No wonder you have a woman and dash her away, and she ever give you any type of in the backhand there because she's scum, she's nothing, man. And I'm not raising them kids, man. Move, man. But then you're oppressing. You look up to them with so much prestige, and one policeman, yes, officer, no officer. But then you rob black people, but you would never rob a white man because you'll go to jail. There's only one people allowed to rob, and all that is psychological, and that's done by our oppressor, which is diabolical. It has never been done by any other race but this oppressor. Slack out.
That's what we was talking about driving over here tonight. This oppressor believes he's higher than the Most High. He believes he's higher than God. He's God. He's God's God.
No, that's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. Our oppressor thinks he's God. The oppressor is so full of himself, and it's diabolical. He makes you believe. Why wouldn't people think he's God? In every movie, he's God. If not just black people, everyone thinks he's the way to be. Even dark-skinned Indians will bleach. Everybody wants to be him. You watch movies. You watched the movie Breaking Bad before, the series. It's about an oppressor man who's a chemistry teacher that starts selling because he's a chemistry teacher. He knows how to make meth, and he makes meth, and he makes the best meth, and he makes the best meth in all the Mexicans and takes over the drug game. And that's the oppressor. You ever watch Karate Kid? This is a man that ain't from Japan, but can go to Japan and kill every Mobile in their own game. You ever seen 8 Mile? This is a white man's culture. Ain't about rap. But he can go on stage and dop every black man on the mic.
Right,
You,
right.
you ever see the Tarzan? This is a person that goes in the jungle. I can swing better than every African in the jungle. By the time you hit 18, you say, yo, this man's God, man. This man is wow.
Yeah.
This man is great. He does everything better than everybody else. Karate Kid. This man, he grew up in California somehow. Goes to China, can kill everybody at their own game. By the time you see that, it's wow, he's God.
So like blood sport as well. Remember that one?
all the ones there to do better than everybody else. Any movie you name, it's about some oppressor. I mean, first it's a bit green, it's a bit rough around the edges, and afterwards he gets it because he's better than you guys, man. Evidence based saying, "Hey guys, this is your thing, but I'm better than you, man. You grew up on this. Your parents grew up on this. I'm new to this first generation, but I'm so great I can pick it up and get the hang of it quickly." That's the oppressor.
It's like it's strange, really, isn't it? Because it's not until the modern times, the modern era, where we've really caught onto it. Even black folk that are not in the truth, and we've started building our own shows around black heroes. When we grew up with comics and cartoon books, all the superheroes were white: Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. When they took their uniforms off or their disguises off, they were all white. But now we've got Black Panther, black this, black that, and that's just happened recently though in the last five
They're trying. Brothers are trying, and it is sincere in the ignorance are trying. The only problem is they're pulling us into Africa, but they don't know better. Brothers, people are trying to buy black now, trying to go natural. I hear what you're saying, Ariella. Brothers are trying, but again, Salakia, they got no chance. What the white man's laid down for thousands of years, the Black Panther can't do it, man. It just can't. Salakia, I mean, serious, it can't do it, man. Them same actors in Black Panther probably got oppressed women at home. It just can't be done. Unless you come in the UPK, you just won't love your own. And it's because it's years and years of witchcraft, and it goes back and back. Everything great, no matter what. Even if you take TV out of it and look at reality, your MPs and prime ministers, everyone's just white. You know what I mean? You're a young black girl. You know what I mean? You got a bushy afro, and you're watching the advert, man, about shampoo, and you see the white girl in slow motion is flicking the blonde locks. You look in the mirror, and you ain't got blonde locks. That's where it starts, man. Shit, and that's what we go through. And you wonder, people blame the problem and not the root of the problem. People blame, oh, look at you bleaching your skin, you hate yourself, and guess what? What's the root? The oppressor's the devil, man. That's the root of the problem. Here's the reason why you hate yourself in the first place. You didn't wake up hating yourself. If that was the case, then you'd have an argument, but you don't. You was taught this stuff from young. You was taught that long flashing hair. What's the something there? Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. You know what I mean? Yeah. See the white woman flashing her blonde hair, slow motion. I wash my hair with this L'Oreal, and your hair's bushy. You're so evidently I don't look like that. So I must be ugly then. If beautiful hair is long flowing blonde locks, I don't have that. So then I must be ugly then. So why am I not gonna bleach? Why am I not gonna perm my hair? Why am I not gonna go out there and get a presser woman? If this is what beauty is, and I'm a young black boy, just living life, and I'm gonna try to go get this. And this woman here, she's not beauty. So that's why I'm gonna box her down, man. That's why I'm gonna say, yo, the baby at my roof, man. Just get out of here, man, and treat her bad. So luck, you go on.
Yeah, they printed it on people. What was that doll? The Ken and Barbie and all that. From young for the girl, the black girl, the sisters, and they gave them Barbie in it.
There you go. All of it, Barbie, superheroes, the whole nine is always white, man. And he's just, seem to make suck it up.
Suck it, other one. When I was in Jamaica a couple months ago, the two standout things that I noticed that changed in Jamaica, that everybody was on molly and everybody was bleaching their skin, men and women. Men more than women. I joined the gym in the grill, and I was going to this gym for at least 4 weeks of my 6 weeks out there, and all the men were bleached, and they were coming in shorts, and their bottom half was pitch black and dark, and their top half was from their neck up was white, and it looked crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. So the brother said he went to Jamaica, everyone was on Molly. Number one, which growing up, black people never took drugs. We took weed. Which is a drug. Excuse me, weed's also a drug. But what it's bad, it's evil. You know what I mean? It's wrong. But things like narcotics, black people would not touch. That even makes a difference. At least for them type of standards, not today. Now we pop, even rap about it, man. Drink cough syrup and rap about it and everything. This is the reason why. Someone give me Proverbs. Give me Proverbs 3:31.
Okay. I've got that.
Anyone can read it when you got it.
Okay. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
There you go. The Bible goes, envy thou not the oppressor. In layman terms, do not envy your oppressor, man. Envy is when someone has something, you want a piece of it. And that's our people's number one problem. We envy our oppressor. That's why brothers are bleaching. That's why a light-skinned person will get more favor because he's not white, but he's closer. So come on in, man. That's why we pop mollies. Why do we pop mollies? Because we want to be like the oppressor. Right. Who popped mollies first? Rock stars did. White people did. Techno people that listen to techno music. Black people join gangs and kill each other, man. When that is oppressor culture, we think the drive-by is black. The drive-by is black, man. The drive-by was invented in Compton. That is a lie, man. Right. They don't know about Beanie Siegel and Bugsy Malone with the Tommy gun, and they stuck it out of what? The old black car, man, in the 20s. Did a drive-by long before the Bloods and Crips. The Bloods and Crips only started in the 70s. 69 it started actually. It only started then. And Beanie Siegel and Bugsy Malone and all them mob stars doing the drive-by way before us. That is their culture. Eating crab, shrimp, pork, that is their culture. Being selfish, that is their culture. Being in gangs is their culture. Have you not heard about the Gambino family? The Bonanno family? Those are gangs, man. Italian gangs, and they are white people. Right. Stealing, that's them. Selling drugs, that was them. They used to sell drugs long before us, man. Long before we moved into places like Harlem, man. When we was in the South still, in America, they did it before us. Have you heard about the craze? Long before the Brooksman boys, the craze, man. They're the Peaky Blinders, they're the gangsters that will cut people's face, man. Long before the Peckham boys, man. It's like
what's even crazier? We call ourselves Al Capone.
There you go.
Gotti.
It's true.
Italian Gotti family.
In Jamaica, the concept of Dons, yo, man's a Don, you know, man. A Don is an Italian word, man. Italian cartel is a Spanish thing. But because of Don, what else to say? A capo. Yo, that's my capo over there, man. A capo regime is an Italian word, man. A capo regime is a rank in the Italian mafia, man. They're the gangsters, not us. And they make it like, boy, the black people are crazy, man. These black people are bad, man. When them Italians, them Italians, aka Romans, they were the first gangsters, and we want to be like them. We even rap about it, man. Yeah, Al Capone. Tupac called himself Machiavelli, man. We said it is an Italian philosopher. It's a Roman philosopher, man. It's like it is.
Like I was gonna say, not just influence nations like all of the nations like India and China. They prefer lighter skin. They always have like the lighter complexion, like darker Chinese or darker Indians frowned upon. So like the colorism is spread out everywhere due to reach the white man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like white adverts there.
Absolutely. It's like yeah.
It's like the other one. And we
I hear what happens. It happened to me lately.
What was you talking about?
I was talking about the oppressor being the first gangsters and popping the mollies first. We jumped onto it. Even tattoos. We think tattoos are so cool in the sleeve. Listen, man, punk rockers were the first people to have tattoos, man. They were the first people to get the sleeve. This ain't black people's culture. They were the first one to get the sleeve. We think blowing champagne is the way forward. Nah, man. Rock stars was popping champagne and wasting and living a crazy life. We think it's black. It's not, man. It's not us. We're envying our oppressor. And it passed down to our children, and we grew up thinking, oh, these are black things. Smoking weed is not black, man. Black people did not bring weed to Jamaica, man. The East Indians did. You know what I mean? Our oppressor was the first weed head, man, on TV. You have ever heard about the hippies? You ever heard about the peace sign? Yeah, dude, and the hippies long hair. And now, them black people and weed, man. The Snoop Dogs and the Wiz Khalifas, man. The Black the Ripper and little, what's a big nasty? Just can't start smoking weed, man. They were the first weed heads, man. Slack, yeah.
Yeah, I remember what I was going to say, Slacky, sir. In the UPK, we call ourselves officers of men and captains and generals, like in the Bible. They call themselves what they call themselves. We want to copy them, copy their names in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The UPK, if you come to the UPK, you'll call yourself something biblical.
Absolutely. Like they come to have Cap Regine and Don and Maiden, man. They got ranks in the world, man. We got ranks according to God. They got ranks. So, ranks just so this man can kill you, you can't kill him. We have righteous ranks. Many here in the UPK, rank just means you get more responsibility. It's a real rank, man. Your rank means that you're more wiser. You've been here long enough, so you can make righteous decisions to fix another man's life. That this is why we have rank. You know what I mean? To show that this man's wiser and can deal with this brother's problems, but not this brother's problems. When this man who's more wiser can deal with more things than this man. This man is more responsible. This young man can't deal with 10 problems at one time. This man can though, because he got experience. He's been here longer. He got more wisdom, and that's why we do it. Not for the same reason they do, so they can kill each other and I killed 10 men, so I want to be a captain. Well, I killed the captain before me, so now I'm a captain. That's how they got their ranks, which is hella righteous, man. But where was we? Go out to Genesis. We're in Genesis.
Salaki was in Proverbs 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
There you go, man. Choose none of his ways, man. Your brother's bleaching. Why? Because they want to be like him. They want to be like him, man. Imagine you're a gangster, man. You call it, like I said, man. We've been raised by our mom. Since when did gangsters care about their look, man? No, since when the gangsters like, I'm a bad man, I shoot people and kill and I'm a bit dark, though, man. Ooh, got a little blemish here. Pass the cream. I rub himself. It's getting lighter. I get lighter. Yeah, looking sexy now. Looking good, man. That's because we've been raised by our mom, and women care about their looks. Gangster. I thought back in the day, the man with the scar, man. He was the gangster. Nowadays, gangsters want to be pretty now. Gangsters they're concerned about their complexion. But when did that happen? The bleaching. Make it lighter. Look in the mirror. Now a gangster wants the Gucci and fix it up. The gangster want the Gucci now and the Louis Vuitton. Why? Because they want to feel sexy. A woman feels nice and sexy. She goes to the club. How I look. That's us, man. Why? Because we're raised by our mom. Even the so-called tough men have become weak, man. Become weak. People that you look up to like, yo, he's a real G, man. Feminine, man. Can't squash beef with brothers. Telling brother, listen, don't tell him I said this. But you're not even man enough to say, listen, I said this, that was wrong. I didn't like the way he spoke to his brother. To Zapwan, don't tell him I said this year. But the way he spoke to Rabban was so wrong. That's men saying that. Raised by mine. Now, men not even bleaching, man. Men are bleaching, man. I'm not saying a man can't, take pride in his appearance, but damn, bleaching. Back in the day, men was like, women used to cry about their big nose and oh my god, I got a big nose. Oh my god, my mouth's too broad. A man would look at me and go, rah, I got a big nose, that's it. Get on with life. That was it. We got nicknames. Yeah, because speaking to Big Nose Troy. Remember them days there? Yeah, speaking to him. He was masculine. That was him. But he was short. He was short, but he learned to live with it. That was it, man. That was short Theo. We ought to make a name for you. Speaking to midget Theo, man. But nowadays, men are getting serious now, man. Back in there, man would go bold to get me and just
right.
Or shave the whole thing off, level it up, whatever, make the thing. Nowadays, they go in Turkey now. And nothing wrong with going to Turkey. Nothing wrong with Turkey. If you want to go to Turkey, it's what? I think it's $2,000. It's no big deal. But the point I'm making is that we have they don't make them like how they used to make them. They used to be hard as nails, but now we're worried about our complexion now. This is ridiculous. Imagine that. I thought gangsters cared about money and the fastest cars and got a rubbish guy get his money. The last thing I knew was that a bad man concerned about his complexion. Like, I didn't know the thing. So like, what's the world coming to, man? It's like you don't to have water or something or lemonade. I beg your lemonade, please, if I know. All right, get back to Genesis. Where were we? Talking about women shall compass a man.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
And the serpent, the oppressor, was subtle more than any other nation on the face of the earth. No one thinks like him. No one acts like him. The things that he comes up with, no other nation even thinks that way, man. Keep it in.
Which the Lord God had made.
Keep it in.
And he said unto the woman.
Said to who?
He said unto the woman.
There you go, man. Went to the woman. Didn't go to Adam. Didn't go to Adam. The oppressor don't come to you.
Right.
Don't come to you. Looks at the woman. When the woman gives, I got loads of children. For anyone that don't know, quite a few, and you know, the oppressor don't like black people breeding. So whenever you have a baby, straight after the baby, it'll come to you and say, "Listen, do you want to look at birth control or birth control?" So you don't do that again, and they always go to the woman. They always come to the you know what I mean? Because the man, they don't go to the man. They go to the woman and they hit her with all these negatives. Listen, you don't want a lot of children, do you? You know, they can be kind of stressful and PTSD and blah, 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 blah. You know, you might want to look into da. Don't speak to the head of the house. Don't say, listen, you're the man, you run things. Yeah. What do you think about your woman being on contraception? Because, you know, it is rough nowadays and the living costs have gone up and you manage it. They don't come to you. If you got concerns, that's fine. You got concerns, you got ideas, and you want to share it with them, not a problem. But they don't go to the man, they go to that woman. By the time they're done with your woman, you won't think, oh my God, it's right. I don't want no more shit. Let me get this and that. They go to that woman, man. They go to the woman, and the serpent did the exact same thing right here. Went to the woman, didn't go to the man. The exact same thing. This oppressor that we're dealing with ain't changed, man. It's the same oppressor, the same spirit, the same spirit that was in Cain, the same spirit that was back then is back today, and it's in a man called. Keep it in.
And the woman said unto the serpent, Salakia, yea, ye shall not eat of every tree of the Salakia. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
There you go. Came to the woman, man, on a sly one. Oh yeah. So I'm guessing you heard what Moses said. I'm guessing you heard what the Moses said, that you can't eat from every tree of the garden. So the serpent told the woman, you heard what God said, and God said she can't eat from every tree of the garden. How did the woman know what God said? Because her husband told her. How do I know what God said? How do I know what God said? God said I should eat crab, shrimp, pork, lobster. That's what God told me, and I don't eat that. God told you that upon as well. You that were Alban, you brothers in the class. How did God tell you? By a man of God. That's how we know. Right. Too directly, and she knew why, because her husband told her, man.
Right.
The Most High told her husband. Her husband told her. That's how it works. They're saying saying. So I'm guessing your husband said you can't learn from these philosophies. That's what the trees are in the garden. The other philosophies. That's what he's saying. I'm guessing your husband said you can't wear that short dress, innit? I'm guessing your husband don't like showing your breasts. I'm guessing your husband wants you to cook and stay in the house, innit? I'm guessing your husband don't want you to go out there and have a life of your own. That's what he's saying right here, man. Nice and subtle. Just come. Yep. I guess your husband don't want you to have fun out there in the clubs, popping champagne, living your best life, showing them nice curves you got. If you don't want that, innit? Oh, I thought so. That's what he's saying right here, man. Keep it in.
Khan. Verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
There you go. And the woman said, listen, I can't learn from any other tree, man. I can't even touch it. I mean, I can't come close to it. I can't learn from it, else I would die. You know, again, she don't mean literally die. She means that when you sin against the Lord, you die. That's what it means. We can prove that. Hold your point. I can show you. If you write it down, I'll get to you later. That's too hard. But what you say? Go on.
The question was that point there, lest you will die. Is that when they lost the ability to live forever, where death was introduced to life?
No, I'm sure what die means. Write it down so I don't forget. I'm sure it means to die. She goes, I can't not to follow God is to live. To disobey God is to die. She said, I can't disobey God, else I would die. But we're gonna get there. Keep it in.
Khan. Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
I think you're not gonna die. Stop being ridiculous, man. Stop being ridiculous, man. What? Your husband said that. Your husband said that you can't go out there naked because you know, people are gonna think you're a whore. People are gonna think you're a whore. Stop it, man. Your husband not allowed to show your breasts because he thinks that people have less respect for you. No, they're not. Look at this magazine, man. All the girls that their breasts are out, man. And look, she's a lawyer, singer. They got respect. Stop doing that, man. Wait, your husband don't want you. Your husband don't give you a Valentine's Day gift. He don't love you, man. Surely, if he did, he would give you a Valentine's Day gift. That's what he's saying. He's saying, you know, you're taught to do one thing, but no, that's wrong. And you're worried about the consequences. You're worried about the consequences. Listen, you know, there's nothing to worry about. And that's how Satan gets onto you, man. That's how Satan gets into your mind. You want to be in the UPK. You're scared of leaving because you might die. Well, you're not gonna die. Everything's gonna be fine, man. There's plenty of people that live their life fine without being in the UPK. There's plenty of people that, you know, smoke weed and pop pills and smoke cigarettes for 30 odd years and they're fine. Stop being so ridiculous. That's hit with that one, man. you know what's there. And people are like, you know, you're right, you know, come on. My grandma been smoking crack for a long time. She's alive. Life ain't so bad for her. You're right. So-and-so's a sexual deviant, you know, they're fine, they ain't got AIDS. And that it came out like that. Your husband said this, stop being ridiculous. Keep it in.
No, God. For God does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
There you go, man. And he played our woman, man. Just like the oppressed woman today. Played them, man. Oh my God. So listen, God knows that if you eat this tree, your eyes are gonna be open, man. You're gonna be above him, man. Why do you want to be equal to him, man? You can be greater than him, man. So what? Why do you want to be in the house and be a mom, cooking and cleaning? Look how fine you are, man. You go out there in the streets, man. You go out there in the clubs and enjoy yourself, girl. Go on, man. Lock up in the house. And a woman like, yeah, you're right, man. You're right. But why should I? You're there covering your body, looking like a trolley, man. Come on, man. Be real someone cares, man. Go out there and show the world you cares, man. God gave you these cares for a reason, man. The woman goes, yeah, you're right, man. Before you know it now, Sean ASOS changed up her whole wardrobe to top one. Before you know it now, she's got low cut tops. Because our women get played by the oppressor, man. Just like how they get played by them. They got played by them, man. You know what I mean? He don't make money like you, man. Dump him. And you find yourself still not happy. Right? It's funny because you know what's funny about women? Women know so much about men. So much about men, yet our women having a hard time finding one. Right. That man knows so much about men. He said he don't love you because if he loved you and blah blah blah, and a real man does this, and you know so much experts, man. Yeah, you got 3-4 children, 3-5 different men. You're in your 40s, still can't find a man, still making the same mistakes. Right. Women, you might want to start listening, man. You might want to start listening to oppressor and start listening to black men. That's right. But leave him. He got another woman. All you women be left because someone else got another woman, and you still live in the misery, man. You might want to put it behind you. It's not working. I've seen black women with my own eyes, not one, too many of them. This is how it starts up. This is how terrible it is. They get their heart broken by one man. They find the next because this man like bare woman. So I'm gonna find a man that don't like bare woman. Right. Beats me. It's like you trying to find a woman that don't talk too much, or you trying to find a woman that ain't feminine. Good luck. You can find it out there, but it's very hard. She's looking for a man that somehow don't find women attractive. Anyway, she realized it don't work. True story. And then, so then after what she'll do is she go back to the drawing board. She try 3-4 them. It don't work. Kids everywhere. Then she'll go for someone older. That's the one. Go for someone older. I'm trying older men because the younger men ain't not me. I'm gonna try older men. That don't work either. So they try a man younger. I'm gonna try a younger man. It might be mature, but I'm gonna try it, man. It's a shame. It's actually a shame. It's actually sad. I'm looking like, wow. I watched anyone said movie Waiting to Exhale. It's a movie about women and 4 color girls. It's a movie about what women go through. Oh my God, man. The movie is 2 hours of sadness, man. It's horrible. She cheated on, her man left, her man's gay. And it's all because women don't know anything about men. And you should come in and let us pick your man. You know too much, man. Anyway, they check a younger man. That don't work. Then after that, you know what they do? They try another nation. Yeah, see, I knew I'll try. The black man ain't good. So I'm gonna try. I'm done with Jamaican. No, I'm done with Jamaican, man. Just I'm gonna try British man now. I'm gonna see what he's made of. That don't work. And I'm not like, listen, all this is facts. It's true. True story. That's right. Last time, boom. That don't work now. So try another nation. I'm trying. The black man's too lustful. You know what I mean? White men know got prospects and got the history. Try a white man now. Not same
Right.
thing. Just don't work. He
Right.
loves. He's a white man, but he's still a man. He's a white man, and he likes women also. You know what I mean?
Right.
White men. Have you not? I'm also. People think that black men are players. Have you not heard white men talk? I'm a man. I've been to bars and heard him. Oh, so fit, man. Oh, have you not seen Geordie Shore? They got something called the shag pad. You heard about that? At the end of the night, after binge, they take women home and talk about, oh, man, I like that the blonde one. I like the long-legged blonde. But anyway, women still think that white men are just do not like that. I don't know why. There's Geordie Shore out there. What else out there? Love Island.
Right.
Look, the players also. But anyway, that don't work. They try Indian man now. I'm trying Indian man. And guess what? In the end, they try a woman. That's how desperate they are. I'm gonna try a woman, you know, because
That's kind.
these men ain't shit. I'm gonna try a woman. It's a shame. It's a shame. And all you got to do is shut up and listen, man.
That's right.
Oh, black, listen. You're a woman. You need a man to make your decisions, man. You don't know nothing. The fact that you know so much is a position you're in right now, and there's only one man that you do listen to, and that's the oppressor. That is the white man you listen to, and that's the man that don't love you. That's the man that don't have you in his best interest. That's the man you listen to. That black man that you open your legs for at nighttime, you sleep on the couch, you poke him in his face. Meanwhile, the policeman is just drives past the corner. You buckle your seatbelt quick. When did you care about authority? So lucky, I had you that as this big bad rebel that don't take shit from no man. I said no man can tell me what to do. I probably drive. Sorry, officer. Sorry, I just sorry. So lucky, there's one man's authority who you do observe, and that's the person. Right. And it's like that. It's been like that since Genesis. That's the only man you listen to. That's the man ruining your life, man. That's the man destroying you, man. Keep it in.
Then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods.
There you go.
Good and evil.
This man said, listen, you'll be like gods, man. You'll be like gods. Why be a regular woman? Why be a housewife, man? Why be a mother, man? You can be a god, man. You can be CEO. You can be a rapper, commander in chief of this, that. Why be a regular woman? And that's what he said to our woman. Let me tell you something, man. There ain't nothing wrong with a housewife, man. There ain't nothing wrong with being a parent.
That's right.
Being a wife of a family is the greatest job a woman can ever do, man. It's the greatest job a woman can ever do. I don't give a damn if a woman goes to university. It's good, but that ain't got nothing on how a woman can keep a house together, man. How a woman can raise them children and make them kids nice and strong. Got nothing how a woman treats her husband and keeps him nice and strong and fed, man. Gives him kind words, man. Got nothing how a woman looks after children and make sure they're fed and nursed and the house is clean. Got nothing on that, man. I applaud the woman that goes to uni. I applaud the woman that goes to college and can hold a job. Oh, that's good. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I got nothing on a godly woman that can maintain a household, man. I'll tell you that straight.
Right.
A woman that got no job that can keep a man and keep a household and have strong kids, man. Strong kids. She'll surpass a woman with 10 jobs, man.
That's right.
10 degrees. She's greater than them. That's in the Bible, and that's also my opinion too, man. Way better. It's like this.
You know, if like someone who can't have children, how would they like put their book in, or like if they're in school they can't have kids or they're not married, how do they?
So sister goes, if a woman can't have children, how does she put a brick in the school? In many ways, because you can't have children, don't mean you can't have a man. Don't mean you can't look after your man and learn how to braid his hair and sew him clothes and sew him garments. And not even just your man. You come in and you serve brothers in the school and you make sure brothers garments that we rock in the UPK, women made them for us, man. Women, the fringe pants we got, women put them on for us. We couldn't do what we do without women. These women cook the food that we're eating now and in feast days and the drinks that we drink and have a wonderful time. So, some women can't have children and that's unfortunate. But it's not only children that you need. There's a woman in the Bible that had no children also. That had no husband as well. Someone give me Anna the prophetess in the New Testament. Sakya.
Is there anything in the scriptures about adoption?
Salakya.
Fostering children if you're barren.
You can adopt. The Bible goes where there's no sin, there's no transgression. So you can adopt, if you can't have children, you can adopt. But again, like anything, just get counsel, man. I wouldn't say go adopt no Indian pitney or white pitney or whatever the case. I'm saying, but adoption is lawful. You don't want children. And, why should you miss out on the qualities of being a mom? You can do that, do it. But I'd say again, just get counsel on that. Again, Moses was nursed by a woman that was his mom, so adoption did happen in the scriptures. You know what I mean? can happen. Who's nursed by Pharaoh or whatever. But someone get that for me, Bob Kushar.
So Luke 2 and verse 36.
What? Good 1 second. All right, read it, please, Alban.
Come. Book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 36. And there was one, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher.
So in the time of Christ, so the sister from Asher, which is because that shows that all of Asher wasn't kicked out of Jerusalem, because she was from Asher. She was there in the land, even after the captivity. And this was a prophetess woman. Her dad was from Asher. And this is what she done. Keep reading.
She was of a great age and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity.
She was a great age and she had a husband 7 years of her virginity. So seven years after she became a woman, she had a husband. And so, 7 years after she was a virgin. No, a virgin is a young marriageable woman. So 7 years after she was ready to be married. So imagine you was ready to be married at 18. Your dad said, she's ready. 7 years after that, we'll make what we're Alban.
25.
20, yeah, so 20. When she about 7 years after she was ready, she found a husband. I was with him and him only, and he died. Now she's a widow, so she ain't got no husband. She ain't got no one to look after. She ain't got no children to look after. If she does, they're big now and out of her hands. But she still does work. You're gonna find out she still does work, even though she got no man, even though she got no children. Keep it in.
And she was a widow of about 64 years.
She's a widow. What 4 scores? Scores 20.
So
4 scores what 80.
80.
84 years. Keep it in.
Which departed not from the temple.
There you go. And this sister departed not from the temple, which means what she doing? The temple got what candles that need burning. Back then, today you switch on lights. Back then, there's candles that need burning. The temple had plates that needed washing. The temple had the priest had an incense burner like this, and he'll burn incense. And when you're done burning coal, you're left with the ash. So this sister will sweep up the ash in there. There's work that had to be done in there. And the sister departed not from the temple. That what she done. Even though she had no children, there's still work to be done. So that answers your question. If any woman got no man and no children, there's still stuff that she can do. What are your second question? Sorry.
It was just, I was actually going to add right down from 36 to 39, just like what is a prophetess? Because obviously the Christian church is a prophetess, is a woman preacher.
Okay.
So what does the Bible mean by it?
Okay, so sister said Anna was called a prophetess. Now, according to Christians, they say, a prophetess is a woman that could do what a man does, which is not according to the Bible. You know what I mean? Let me get there. So she was a prophetess, but let's explain. Get a few scriptures and we get to it. 1 second. Someone give me Ezekiel 34 and 31.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men.
There you go. The Bible goes, the flock of the Lord's pasture. The men that guide the sheep and get them together are men. It's not a woman's job, man. Today we've been under this whole, women can do what men can do, and even this concept that women can teach or whatnot is new, even to the oppressor. It's new, man. It probably goes back to the 60s. In World War II and World War I, women were not fighting. You know what women were doing though? Making uniforms, making bullets. Women were supporting these men. This is new. We're born today in the 90s and saying, wow, this is strange. That's not fair. A woman can't teach. This is sexist, man. If you ask your mom or your grandparents, even they'll be like, nah, this ain't new. This ain't new. But again, because we live in 2023, we think it's new. It's not fair. And why can't women teach? We're going to get there. Give me 1 Timothy 2 and 12.
Before when you wanted, it's explaining Genesis, I've got that he that wandereth out the way, I think that's what you wanted.
Okay, hold that, please. Please hold that. We're going to get there. Albert, you could give me 1 Timothy 2 and 12.
Come on. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
There you go. So the Bible don't contradict itself. So Paul said, I suffer. Suffer means to allow. Paul said, I don't allow a woman to teach, man.
Right.
So how can you have a woman prophetess, but the Paul said a woman can't teach? Suffer is something that you allow, but you don't like it. Like if I suffer you, it means that I'm putting up with you. Paul said, I don't allow a woman to teach. We done?
Can't. Nor to usurp. Sorry. Verse 12. Nor to usurp authority over the man.
Nor to usurp authority. So we know women can teach. When it means when it's talking about teach, it's talking about to teach, to raise a nation or to teach the Bible. We know a woman can teach. In the Bible, it says women can teach. The older women teach the other women how to love their children.
Right.
Women raise children. Women teach their girl children how to cook and how to braise. So women can teach. But when it comes to the Bible, the Bible goes, a woman cannot have authority over a man. You know, so a woman can't be no general, man. A woman can't be no captain. A woman can't be no trooper, because these are people with authority. Paul saying you don't allow that. So what does it mean when a woman's a prophetess? Anyone know?
It's like, if I could.
Go on.
It's just a woman that follows the laws, and so she'll teach, the young and the children, but she listens to her husband still, or the men above her.
That's true. Go on.
That's right.
That's right. He's a righteous woman.
I was going to say a woman who works for, like, say, someone who works for this, a woman who helps in the school or in the temple or does like that kind of work.
Oh, I get it's true. It's all true. I'm gonna get one more scripture. Okay. 1 second. I'll show you what a prophetess is. Give me Judges 4:4.
Book of Judges, chapter 4, verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess.
Read it again.
And Deborah, a prophetess.
There you go. So got another prophetess in the Bible. You know what I mean? Another prophetess in the Bible. So you know what I mean? The Bible don't contradict itself. We're gonna explain what that means. Give me 1 second. Like, give me chapter 5 and 7.
Chapter
5 and 7, yeah.
Talk
Talk about Deborah again.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 7.
So gonna just explain what she meant by prophetess. Keep it in.
The inhabitants of the villages seized. They seized in Israel until that I, Deborah, arose. That I arose, a mother in Israel.
There you go. That's what a woman prophetess is. In the chapter above, it says she's a prophetess. The later on, she goes, I am a mother in Israel. You know what that means? A mother in Israel. That's what you women do in the UPK. You mother us, feed us, clothe us. You know what I mean? What every nation does to their men, like what Chinese women, support us, help us. That's what a prophetess does. She mothers us, man.
That's right.
She said it. First she's called a prophetess, then she's called a mother. That's what a mother is, man. Make sure we're fed, we're looking good, supported, strong. But that mother that mothers us don't have authority over us. She don't send men to camp. She don't send men to go, take a city and take ground. She mothers us, man. You know what I mean? Let me get the last one and I'll move on. I'll break it down for you in short terms. Give me Joel. One second. Give me. Sorry. Oh God. 2:6. All right. Give me Joel 2:28. Let's not get it twisted. So, according to the Bible, can a woman have a vision? Anyone know?
Can. Yeah.
Can have a vision. Okay, then it's fine. Remember, a woman can't be a prophet.
Sure.
So prophets get visions from the Lord and so forth. So can a woman get visions from the Lord? Can the Lord be speaking to a woman? We'll see.
Joel 2,
28.
2 and 28.
Can't.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
There you go. So the Lord pull out his spirit upon all flesh, men and women, Israelite men and women. That's what it means by all flesh. Don't mean Chinese flesh and Arab flesh. All this means, male and female. Keep it in. Let's explain it next anyway. Next line. Keep it in.
And your sons and your daughters.
That's the all. Your sons and your daughters. Read.
Shall prophesy.
Keep it in.
Your old men shall dream dreams.
There you go. Our men and women are gonna dream dreams, man. They have dreams, and the Lord speaks to women also. You know what I mean? But what's the problem with the Christian church and in the UPK? In the church, if a woman has a dream, she goes out there and tells the congregation, and they all listen. In the UPK, if a woman has a dream, what should she do?
Slakia, go to the captain.
There you go, man.
The
Yo,
leader.
first and foremost, go to your husband, man. Go
Right.
to your husband. We don't deny that women are not prophetesses, man. Women are not women of God. But the problem is that women don't have the right to authorize men what to do and be the leader of the church and be this big evangelist, man. It's the Lord speaking to a woman, no sweat, man. You speak to your husband will speak to the camp leaders, and we'll see if he is, man. We'll see if you're not being emotional, and we see the Lord's really speaking. Do you know that the book that we use today, Nation Got No Colour Lines, was found by a woman, man? Can you imagine how said a woman brought it to class one day in the 80s, and the generals read it and said, yo, this is a good book, man. So no doubt, women, you know, the Lord speaks to women, he does. But that don't mean a woman can be evangelist and over out of a dream and everyone should do this and, you know, people go into this woman pastor. Nah, man, that's a man's job. A woman that's the Lord speaks to a woman, then that woman speaks to a man, and we see if it's 30 or not, man. That's what a prophetess does. A prophetess will see someone from God, yeah, that's true, and she'll take that to her husband. She'll take that to the men of the I.S.U.P.K, and we'll see if she's actually being spoke to by God or she just had a dream. You know what I mean? You know, women and them dreams, you know. Dreams is anything that you go to bed with. If you go to bed feeling down, you're gonna have a dream about feeling down. If you go to bed hungry, you're gonna have a dream that you're eating some food. If you go to sleep on a full bladder, you're gonna have a dream that you're on the toilet. That's how it works. You know, you've all been there before. Every day of atonement, I know you all have. Every day of atonement, I have a dream that I'm breaking the fast. Every day of atonement, man, and I wake up in relief, like that's because it's on my mind. So women got a head full of thoughts. I'm just banging, just racing on about this and that and loving my husband and my husband don't love me. So they go to bed and have a dream that they left the husband. And now God's telling them what? God's telling me I gotta leave my husband. That's what it is. God's telling me I gotta leave my husband. So again, you come to the men of UPK. We're not denying that women, God don't speak to women. God speaks to women. Who remembers Abraham's wife, man? Abraham's wife said, listen, cast out that bondwoman. And Abraham was like, nah, I'm the man, I run things, which was right. I want to listen to a woman. But then God said, no. Listen, she's right. Get rid of that child. God actually speak. God actually dealing with her. I said, listen, no, she's right. So women can be right, man. We're not them, what's it called, misogynic men that say, oh, woman can't do nothing right. Listen, your woman might have a good idea, man, but you have to run it by the men of the Lord first, man. The men really speak. If God is really speaking to you, man. And 9 times out of 10 is not. So like, yeah. 9 times out of 10 is not. 9 times out of 10, you can't leave your man. You know what I mean? You know, you're not gonna invest all your money on being a singer. You know what I mean? You're not gonna strike. You're not gonna leave your man and find Chris Brown and be happy about after. It's not gonna happen, man. I know women think. You know what I mean? No one got dreams more than a woman, man. Like I said, women be 40 and making the same mistakes. Think, yo, when you gonna grow up, man? Like now you should be. You know what I mean? Women still think they're gonna find the ideal man. Still, man. I love the what's it called? What's we're looking for at Albert? Yeah, the enthusiasm, man. The confidence is good. I love it, man. But you know, sometimes it's time to be real, man. But what's that sexual deviant that Kevin Samuels? He used to break it down to women, and it was so bad that women used to get offended, and it was just right, man. Because what it is, Kevin, I want a 10. So what do you consider yourself? About 7. So you're 7, you want a 10. He was cold with it, man. Like, yeah, just break it down and show how stupid they're being. I want a 7-figure nigga. Okay, how much do you make? About 5. So why do you think he did a 7? You remember the ones there before he died? He's a that's it, man. A lot of women just think too much and deluded and got his dream in their head. And again, they've been lied to by the oppressor. He tells them, go and live your dream. I'm just thinking that we're better than what we are. Like, a man, every man shoots his shot. He might go for someone out of his league, but we kind of know our area. Women is different, man. Women say, I got 4 children, but I still want to find a good man. Like, I mean, if the value goes down, but again, because I press a line to them, they in the dream that I can still find him. And they watch movies like Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman's a movie about a prezi that finds a rich man, and women believe that shit. If it were Cameron Diaz found a man, and it's a movie, it's not gonna happen. There's no prezi, there's no thinking prezi that finds a good man that works in got off his job. It just doesn't happen. So but they think it happens because, excuse me, services.
Like as a woman, can you put your older sisters down or whatever? Can you like give her scriptures? Is that teaching her?
No, if you see someone in the truth that needs helping, you got the answer. Just time to come class. Just direct them. Obviously, you know, if it's certain that can't wait, you know, or something small like now you can't eat pork, man. You can't. It's in the Bible, but in-depth breakdown and everything. Just direct them to class or time to come here. It's like that.
So, if you're teaching your rib or your potential and giving a precept on precept, and she's getting the breakdown and she's getting the correct understanding, can she pass that on to the kids?
Yeah, sure. Women teach kids. That's in the Bible.
Teach.
Women teach children.
Yeah.
So when it goes, women can't teach. It's talking about in a classroom setting. And it explains itself to know to have authority over a man. You know how we men got authority over us. Men tell us to go to camp, come to class, do this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 7:3. In that sense, what a woman can teach. A woman, like, how do you think your daughter's gonna learn how to cook? Like, how's my daughter gonna learn how to cook? I ain't teaching you shit. So like, I can't even cook myself. Then a woman will teach her. How she learn to braid because her mom gonna teach her. And you know, who are your first teachers? You know, the men learn everything from their people learn everything from their mom first. That's the woman you're around first. That's the woman that suckles you. So women can teach. That's in the Bible also. Women can also teach other women as well how to love their husband, you know, what to do with experience. But to teach the Bible and be over, you know, organization, no, the Lord don't want that. Yeah. So anything else? So that's your question about a prophetess? Okay, so the many times in the Bible the Lord's working with women. You know, we're not sexist. You got Anna, Deborah. Even when you read about Deborah, the same scripture we pulled, Deborah was spoken to by the Lord. And what did she do? She went straight away and spoke to Barak. So Barak, so this is what you need to do. And she let Barak do the work. She didn't direct him and tell him that. Barak said, okay, I'm gonna go do so. We had Esther as well. Mordecai, her uncle, told her what to do, and she used her cunning to go and help. And then after that, that was it. Esther didn't become, you know, chief, queen, goddess. She's just a woman that helped Israel, man, and she's commended for it, man. We have a feast day about her. We even have a feast day about Esther, but she ain't no Queen Esther. You know, thank you. Watch them was great, wonderful works. There's many wonderful women in the Bible, man. Many. We got people that hate women. There's loads. Paul said, you read about Paul. Paul said what? He beat men and women and dragged him in jail for serving Christ. That means women were serving Christ too, man. Right. Reincarnation is real. Them same women are back serving Christ again. You know, there's a woman in the Bible that was more courageous than some men were. In the time of the Greeks, all of our brothers wanted to be Greeks, man. They were scared and petrified and said, fuck it, I'm gonna be a Greek, man. And eating pork and tried to persuade others to eat pork. And one woman wasn't having it. His sons died, and she died also, was tortured. And she spoke to the king in Hebrew, man, to piss him off. Said, you know, that's like a spit in the face, man, like saying, what? Language, do something. You know, great. We love women in the UPK. We don't hate women. It's a big misconception. We just don't love. We just don't love wicked women. We don't love whores. And you know, if you don't love whores, then you hate women. You know, if you don't, you know, if you call that woman with a top cut way down, you know, whore to cover up, somehow you hate all women. So
just that one. You know how like Christians will say Paul was just talking for that time. Is there scriptures to back up what he said? Because some will say, oh, he was saying to women to be silent in that church. It was a group or just that bit. Or that's their main argument. Oh, it's just from that time.
I wouldn't say. See, because she's such a question. She goes, "There's scripture proving that Paul was talking, you know, forever, not just that time." Because Christian would say, "Well, Paul was talking at that time to them people there, but we can talk. We can usurp authority over a man. Usurp means to take by force as well, mind you. You know what I mean? What you got to do is tell the Christian, you show me that it's for that time. So I've got to start. What we keep doing is being under offense and proving to Christians that it worked at time. Let them prove to you what they're saying. Let them, and they can't do it. You know what I mean? We keep doing that in the truth. When you learn to battle, that's why scripture breakdown class. They say, prove me this, prove to me that. No, this is for this time. Prove to me it wasn't. Tell them, listen, prove to me it was. Prove to me that Paul was just speaking to the Corinthians, and they can't do it. Don't go around fighting them. You know why? Because you're gonna go around fight them and get your scripture out. And guess what? After you break it down to them, guess what? They're not gonna believe it anyway. How do I know? How do I know? I've been debating people my whole life. and I broke it down, the whole breakdown, just for them to go, well, I don't accept it. So you tell them, let them sweat, let them bring up scriptures. They're telling you you're wrong. So they're telling you you're wrong. You're saying you're wrong. Why do I have to prove myself, man? You prove yourself for a change, man. You know what I mean?
Shall I read that one with the Proverbs?
Go on, yeah.
Yeah, so Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
The man. So this is your question about dying. You know, in the Bible, there's a physical death and there's another death. This death that I'm speaking about is called not being in the truth. That's what it's called. We're gonna prove it to you. If you're alive, like it's like a club. If a club's saying something, the club is banging. This club's live, man. Which is short term for alive. And if the club ain't saying nothing, it's dead.
Yeah.
And the law calls us dead as Israelites in the Bible. Why? Because eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, getting killed by the police. The life that we're living ain't a life. We might as well be dead. And that's when Eve said, I'm gonna die. We know Eve lived to what? 600, 800 years. The death she's talking about is a spiritual death. We'll prove it. Read that again.
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
The man that walks out of the way of understanding. The way of understanding is this Bible. And when you read this Bible, you understand what to eat from what not to eat, how to act from how not to act, who to have sex with, who not to have sex with. And if a man leaves that understanding, like Eve knew what she was supposed to be doing and ate the fruit anyway, she left that understanding. Adam knew he shouldn't follow his wife, but he followed her anyway. He left that understanding. So if a man is in the truth, leaves that understanding, we done?
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That man should be dead. He's not physically dead, but his life ain't worth living, man. He's eating crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster, man. He's in the church serving a white God. You know what I mean? When God's black, his life is dead. He's not living life. You know what I mean? Go on.
There's no way back into.
There's way back in, of course. You know, the Most High's greatest attribute is mercy. So absolutely, he come in.
Adam couldn't come back into 3, 4, maybe 5 regenerations later.
It's not documented what happened. All we know is Adam got kicked out of the land, and that's it. We don't know if he repented or whatnot. You know, the law gave him a custom, a culture to follow, and after it talks about Adam's children. We don't say.
So was Seth born in the wilderness?
In fact, it's most likely, I gotta ask, but it's most likely Adam changed his life. Reason being is his children were taught the laws of God, like Seth and so forth. Whereas Cain also was taught, but Cain there and Cain went up. So most likely Adam, changed and repented.
Was Seth born in the wilderness or in the garden?
I'm not sure. We have to read it. Get Seth. The brother said it was Seth born after Adam was kicked out the garden. We just gotta read it.
It wasn't, because Cain and Abel, they were both kicked out, innit? And then Cain killed Abel, and then Seth came after.
Seth chapter 4. Hold on. Yeah, chapter 4, verse 3. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness.
There you go. So
after his image, and he's called his name Seth.
Yeah, so this is after Adam was, chastised and kicked out of the land, and he had a son, and he had Seth, Cain, Abel, who knew the laws about sacrifice. So his sons did know the law. His son Abel knew about sacrifice, and so did Cain. That's why Cain's sacrifice was rejected, because he sacrificed the wrong thing. He knows what he sacrificed, but he thought, I'm gonna give the Lord anything.
So Seth was born in the wilderness.
I was in wilderness, not in the land. The Bible don't say nothing about wilderness. So he kicked him out of the garden. So where Adam went to live after that, not sure. Could have went and lived in someone else's city. Could have went and lived in another land. Wilderness, it don't say.
Chapter 5, verse 3. Yeah, Genesis 5 and 3.
Yeah, so the wilderness is uninhabited land. That's what wilderness is. A wilderness is the Sahara Desert where man can't live. A wilderness is the rainforest. Wilderness will be Antarctica. A wilderness is a place that's uninhabited where man can't dwell. In order to dwell, they need water, society, a river. That's all the wilderness is. The Bible said he kicked him out of the land. So where he went, we don't know. It didn't. It could have been wilderness. I doubt it was. He could have went to another land or something. Or the Bible talks about when Abel was kicked out, when Cain was cast off, he went to the land of Nod. So he went to another land. So other lands out there. He went into another land. Nod means wandering. So he went into the land of Nod. Whatever it's called wandering for, I'm not sure. He went into another land. So he went to another country.
Oh, so there's not a land called
No,
Nod.
Nod means wandering. It means it. So
I always thought it was a place.
It was a place. It's a place. So Christians say, see, Cain went wandering the earth because Nod means wandering. Because it means one. Nod, like lands are named after men. So Nod, the man Nod had a land that his name means wandering. Like it's just like Ham, it just means hot. His name means hot. He didn't have a temperature or nothing. He wasn't hot 24/7. His name means hot. Christians say, see, he walked in the land of Nod, and because Nod means wandering, it means he was wandering the earth. No, the Nod means that, but it's the land of Nod. It makes sense.
Look at him.
Go on.
Yeah, basically, he just wandered into another land. Like it said, wander out of the way of understanding. He wandered from the land, and just wandered into another man's another territory.
Yeah,
that's it. Really.
And when he went there, guess what? He found a wife. So there's people there. So they went to land of Nod and found a wife. When he went there, he found himself a woman. So it's like a man sinning, and we kick him out the truth. You know what I mean? And he goes out into the world and finds himself a white woman. And kick him out. He said he can't be around. I'll show a disgusting murderer, man. And he went out there and had his own life. Someone give me Baruch 4. It's either 401 or 301.
It's like you said. So Eve wasn't set from. She was just Cain and Abel.
No, Eve, all their mums.
Eve was set from.
Sis mum too, yeah. All their mums. Give me Baruch 4 and 1. I think if it's not 4, try 3.
Come on, it's 4 and 1.
Go on.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever.
So it's saying this is a book of the commandments of God. This is the book of the commandments. Commandments tells you what to do, what not to do, what to eat, how not to eat, how to dress, how not to dress, how to raise children, how not to raise children. Read.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
And the Bible goes, all those that keep the law shall come to life. Now, if you're keeping the law, you're already alive. You know what I mean? You can't be dead and keep the law. You say if you keep the law, you get life, but you're already alive. It's not talking about literal life. To live. When Christ said, I give you life in abundance. How can you have life in abundance, even alive or dead? The life it's talking about is really being alive, man. Really being alive. People say, yo, I'm living life, man. I got a big screen TV, pool at the front, pool at the back, money, champagne. Same thing. To be living is to be keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. We done?
But such as leave it shall die.
If you leave these laws, if you don't want to listen to God, if you want to be a sexual deviant, if you want to, be a whore and eat crab, shrimp, and lobster, then you die, man. You would die,
right.
Physically die, and there you go. What the Bible calls, spiritual death. That's what Adam went through. That's what Eve went through. So when Muslims say, the Bible contradicts itself, the Bible goes, you shall die today, which it does. And Adam lived to 900. See, your God's a liar. Nah, man. You just don't understand the Bible. That's all it is, man. Someone get me scriptures how it goes, let the dead bury the dead. Sorry, your question?
Matthew 8 and verse 22. Book of Matthew chapter 8 and verse 22. But Jesus said unto him, follow me and let the dead bury the dead.
We one verse above that, man. One of my favorite scriptures, man. This scripture showed me how hardcore Christ was, man. Sometimes I get missions in the UPK, man. I think, well, that's hard, man. And I remember that these are the same missions that Christ gave to his men, man. The same orders Christ gave to his men. Sometimes brothers, before coming into truth, the UPK is so hardcore. You know what I mean? And I realized that was Yahweh, man. And Christ gave the men that Christ followed deserve the rank that they got. The men that follow Christ is like Peter is a word that people name the sons after to this day, all over the globe, no matter what nationality. And guess what? He earned that rank, man. Paul, John, Luke, people named their sons after these men. Why? Because they were so great, man. And these are the orders that these men did. And the reason why they're so famous and the reason why they're so great, because they did these orders, man. So when we rewind, you know what I mean? I think it was Peter. Peter was, knew that YAHANNA had the truth. And Peter's dad died, man. And Peter wanted to bury his dad. You know what I mean? The man that raised you, man, told you how to tie your shoelaces, the whole nine. He wanted to bury his dad, man. And he said, Christ, I'll follow you. But first, let me bury my dad first, man. Let me bury him and I'll come and follow you. Like in our laws, if anyone touches the dead, they are unclean for 7 days. And Christ couldn't have that, man. There's so much work that needed to be done. He couldn't afford to wait 7 days. And this is where we're at right now. If you could, Alban, read please. Or who's reading, sorry.
Come. Book of Matthew chapter 8, verse 21. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
And he said, Lord, allow me to bury my father, man. You know what I mean? In the world, burying your father will get you what? Time off work, bereavement. Everyone's, you know what I mean? You can even, in the world, it's a big excuse to not do some work. But YAHANNA was so hardcore, it wasn't an excuse for him. In the world, it's excusable. Like, okay, it makes sense. Get your time off work, get your bereavement pay. Your boss will pay you not to be at work because a loved one's dead. You know what I mean? It's a valid excuse, but it's not an excuse for these men, these hardcore brothers, man. Keep it in.
But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury the dead.
Christ said, nah, man, follow me, man. Let the dead bury the dead, man. What did Christ mean by that? How can a dead man bury another dead man? What are we? Break it down. One.
It was our brothers that were not in the truth or keeping the law.
There you go, man. Give a brother a hand, man. Get it, man. Christ said, let the dead bury the dead. Christ said, we're on a mission. Let them man handle that. Right about now, I can't afford for you to be unclean for 7 days. Let them brothers in the world. He said, let them handle that right now, man. They'll bury him. They make sure it's fine. Put a tombstone there. You can visit when we get back. Let them man carry that. Christ spoke the same slang that the men of the Bible spoke. The Bible was written in slang. A dead man ain't a man, in a coffin. A dead man's a man that ain't saying nothing, man. And our nation's full of people that ain't saying nothing, man. It's a shame. You look out your window, you see brothers that ain't saying nothing, man. Just walking up and down the streets, spliffing their mouth, man. Woman pushing a pram by themselves, hoeing, and still can't get it right, man. Now I'm gonna take my chances. See, where we went wrong last time was, every woman say it's like a bashing class for women, but I'm going there, fuck it. Do I have dormant on my forehead? So why do I keep picking up the wrong men again, man? Because you make terrible decisions, man, and just not getting it, man. No. Where we went wrong last time was I gave it up too early. All right. This time I'm gonna hold it back. This time I'm gonna do. It's a shame. Trying, you know what hurts the most? They're trying and really want to get it right. Don't know what the problem is, man. Every man I've ever had left, and why? What am I doing wrong? Do I have dormant? I'm a forehead? And this is the problem, man. You shouldn't pick your own man. And man of God should pick your man for you. And you might want to shut that mouth too, man. That mouth knows too much, man. You don't want to be single, but yeah, this man that's over your life, it's too much to say, man. Argue with him and cuss and everything, and that's why you're gonna be alone. And guess what? You're gonna blame men. You're gonna fuck up and blame men for your problems, man. The kids are gonna grow up. I hate my dad. Why? Because he wasn't there for my mom. She edit the part out here where her mouth was too big. She gonna tell that part. She gonna edit that part out, and then your kids gonna grow. And the cycle just goes and goes on and goes on. And your daughter don't like men, and your daughter's rough to men, and no one will stay with your daughter too. And if she raised a daughter also, that's gonna. It's a shame, man. All because your mouth is too big. You know too much. Suck it up.
When I tell you they're looking in the club for a husband instead of looking in one of the UPK schools.
There you go, man. Just look in the club, and then you add that too. Yeah, I know where I went wrong. I'll look in the club for, man. I'm gonna go in the church. Just just blind, just searching, and just don't have no idea, man. Guess what? You're thinking of how to find a man. Guess what? How about you don't think? How about you let us think for you, man? We'll think for you, man. You know what I mean? We'll tell you straight that I don't think it's useless. Now this is your life. It's your life. You can do what you want to do. Which 9 out of 10, you can't tell a woman don't marry someone like she's going to do it. But anyway, that's them. The woman be like, well, I like what I see. Listen, the brother told me that you got bag of girl and he can't really juggle you right now. Well, I like what I like. I've seen it before. Women, you can't tell a woman what she want to do. That heart, women follow her heart, and that heart is so it's convincing, man. But again, you should let a man think for you. But you know, if you know best, and what you blame people for your problems, man. You know what I mean? If I'm a nice person. It's him. It's him. The white one, the older one, the younger one, the church one. They're all wrong. I'm cool. No. The white man I went with, wrong. Chinese man, wrong. The older man, wrong. The woman, the lesbian woman that I was with, she's wrong too, man. The pastor, the bad man, all of them are wrong. I don't know what the problem with me is. He's going around blaming the world for your problems when you are the one that needs to change. The white man, the Chinese man, the old man, the young man, you know what I mean? They don't always change. You're the one that needs changing, man. And that's what all women do. You make bad decisions and just, you know, it's a shame. Let me get my scripture out.
And so like I on.
Go on.
Yeah, I've got two scriptures that I want a little enlightenment on. When you.
All right, 2 seconds. We get there. About 5 minutes left. I'll get there.
Yeah.
Class. Someone give me Ecclesiasticus.
Yes.
7:25.
Okay. Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7 and verse 5.
7:25.
7 and verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
Alban, please break it down for me.
Khan is saying you choose who your daughter marries.
Because
her husband.
I'm by doing that. What? Read the last part.
And so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
Break that part down.
You're saying that work in choosing your daughter's man and ensuring that he's a good man, an honorable man, that's a weighty matter. It's not, you know, it's heavy, man. It's important that you have input and you select the right man.
Absolutely. By doing that, you've done a weighty matter, man.
Right.
You let her think she's gonna marry the guy with a nice smile, man.
Right.
Like, yeah, but you know, he's a drug dealer. Yeah, but smile, man. Yeah, but you do know, if the men kicking the door to kill him, you might be there with your children. Yeah, smile, man. Yeah, but you do know, drug dealers up and leave when they're ready. They're not in the school. You know, they're not bound to no laws. Got a nice smile, and that's what men. That's it. Like, smile. You know the woman that like men. You know, women like men for the smile. Oh my God, it's so nice. What happened? He got a nice smile. I've heard it. Oh my God. Oh, he's got such a cute smile. You're thinking that's it. A woman like that can't make decisions. Like, so lucky. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God, he got.
Go
on.
Yeah, no, it's lucky that I think the next bit of that verse is going to explain it as well. It says, "Give her to her." You know. Oh
God, there you go. Yeah. So if you find her a man, you've just completed a weighty matter. You ain't got to worry about her being single with no children no more. You ain't got to worry about her. You have to be at home saying, I wonder if a man beating her up, man, busting her head, man. Because you made sure she didn't marry that gangbanger boy that everyone likes. Women, and that one too, women love a bad man. Love a bad man. You know what I mean? You got to worry about that. It's crazy. Like women, they marry the gangster and they marry the bad man on the ends. And then shocked, oh my God, he hit me with the gun. I can't believe this. Oh my God, he's abusive. What? You marry a man that got a history of violence. You know, he don't really care about rules. He's been in and out of jail, but all of us, he thought he would get angry and not put hands on you. He puts hands on everybody else. He fights the police when they try to lock him up. He resists arrest. You know, he beats up rival gang members. What if he's doing in jail? Playing chess all day. He's fighting in jail. So when you piss him off about what time you call this, why are you surprised if he shoots you? That's why you got married them. That's why you got to do it. When you do it, you've done a weighty matter, man. So you just complete a weighty, heavy, hard matter. Now you can relax. You ain't got to worry about picking a man because of his smile, man. Keep it in.
Can't. But give her to a man of understanding.
There you go. Give her to a man. Give her to a man in the truth, man. A man of understanding. A man that understands the Bible. A man that understands what to eat and what not to eat. A man that understands how to raise a household. Not just a man that got a nice car, don't know nothing, ain't got no understanding, don't know how to raise children, don't know how to raise families, don't know how to put a woman in check. It's just a face. He can just got money. Give it to a man of understanding, man. You know what I mean? You rather your daughter be with someone who's broke that can understand, man. At least your wife is secure, man. This man would know, where to put the finances. This man is a man that would die for his family. This man is a man that will see his son put on his mom's heels, man, and raise hell. Oh, get them heels off right now, man. That's a man's. Children will be children, boys will be boys, and before you know it, now you got full on sexual deviant in your yard, man. So full flaming at the age of 12, wearing pink and that. This man will see his daughter coming to local top. Hey, where you going with that top, man? You need to cover up. You ain't leave my house looking like that. Then that man saying, "Oh yeah, she's young, man. Let her get out of her system, man." And it's outright raised a full on whore in his house, man. Give it to a man of understanding, man. That's all right, cool. So I'll put your 2 questions, yeah?
Kind of just 2, So in Esdras, second Esdras chapter 1, verse 24. I've got it, so I can read it.
124, go on.
Okay. Says, what shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou, Judah, wouldest not obey me. I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes.
Okay.
So, Salakia.
Go on. Sorry, I cut you off. Sorry.
Salakia. So these are my understanding is. I just want a bit more clarification, but these are Israelites. So, it's basically like us. So it's Israelites. All right. So the Lord's gonna cut off the Israelites in former time, but then when he said he's turning to other nations, that's like it's still Israelites, but it's us in today's time. So, but I just wanted to make sure I was right on that. That's all.
That's correct. I'll give you this precepts next week. But the other nations are talking about the Israelites that were cast away. Remember, the Lord said, when he cast us away, he said, "You are not my people no more." Yeah. So if we're not those that were cast off, we're not his people, you're now Gentiles. So when he said, "I'm gonna give my law to a people that are not my people," it's talking about calling our brothers back. So what you're reading here is Ezra's prophesying about the time of Paul. Paul was the one that went to brothers that was in Rome, Ephesus. Judah would listen to him. The brothers in Judea, scribes, and Pharisees, they were listening. And what did Paul do? Turn his back on them, and then went to brothers in Rome, Colossia, to the point that people had stoned Paul, like, speaking to these cast of Israelites. That's what it's prophesied about right here. But we can get the precepts next week. All right. Shout out to saying, Lord said, "Oh Judah." We said, "Oh Judah," not Israel, said Judah. So Judah is Judea, which was Benjamin, Levi, Judah. Wouldn't listen to the Lord. That's the scribes, the Pharisees, the men that knew the Israelites, the men that were in the temple, kept every Passover. So the Lord went to the other brothers. You know what I mean? That's also in the Bible as well. But what's the other one?
So I just wanted to make sure I was on the right, understanding with that. That's all. So all right. Correct. So the next, so the next one now is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 11. I'll go from 10. So, but chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness, and despise governments. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. Actually, just clarify that last bit as well. So, my understanding.
Second Peter's what? Sorry, I got you.
2 Peter 2 and verse 10.
All right. So, what's your understanding?
So on that last bit there, they self-willed they are. Slakia, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities. So my understanding of that is when you're obviously speaking the truth, you're teaching the truth, like we're doing the I.S.U.P.K, and evil men are not afraid to speak evil of, us speaking the right, saying the right thing, you know what I mean, or teaching the right, giving the right breakdowns. Yeah, that's
correct. You read from verse 1, it's talking about fake Israelites. So you read from verse 1, it says, "There be false prophets among you." So
you can.
It's amongst us. And when you get to where you were, it said these men ain't afraid to talk about dignities and principalities. So they ain't scared to talk about the men over them, men, the structure in the school. They say all types of stuff about Commander YAHANNA, all types of stuff about us, how we're liars and with this and we beat our wives and give really accusations, say we're thieves. We've heard it all. They don't care about that. And dignities as well. Another word for, like a structure. They ain't afraid to. He's talking about them type of men there that say God's with them. You know, you hear the Christian church, the vocab Malones, the fake Israelite groups. You know, there's many false prophets that speak out against us. That's what it's talking to. That is correct.
Right. Yeah. And so, verse 11. But these as natural brutes, like verse 11, whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not a railing accusation against them before the Lord.
So he's saying angels that are even greater than these false prophets, they don't even slander us. But these men give accusations against us. You know what I mean? Say that we're this and say that we're that, and you know, we're thieves and we steal money. Any more on that?
So Salakia, but what I want on that is, so that you know, in what I was just reading, it talks about at the bottom of that, it talks about like the prophets, Abraham and so on, being angels, right?
What verse is that?
That was back in 2nd Ezra 1 and where was it? 1 and 39.
Okay, you know what angel means sometimes in context, yeah?
Yeah, Khan. So yeah, messenger. So yeah. Khan. So that's why I wanna ask about this part. So I'm reading angel here. Now my understanding is this is the spiritual angels, that the one that actually report to the Most High, innit? And this verse.
Yeah.
How
do you know? Because the angels that are greater than us, they don't even go before the Lord. So it's saying that even angels don't do that. So you know, why would these men do that? But I can find out for you. But from what I remember from the breakdown, it's talking about literal angels in Peter's.
Yeah, Salakia. Physical angels, meaning the messengers, which are Abraham and etc. in Esdras, right?
That's right. But in Peter's, it says that go before the Lord, and we don't actually go before the Lord.
Right. That's it. I just wanted to make sure I was on the right path with that one. That's it. Yeah.
No.
So that is it. Yeah.
All right. That's the class then. That brings it up. Clap of one. I leave with Officer Ariyah. Officer 50 with the announcements. Yeah, that you read from Ariella. No, I can't say Ariella for short now. I can't say Ariella for short. No, sweat. Officer Ariella. Officer 50 Ariella with the announcements.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means a tenth in the Hebrew, Mayashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Feast of First Fruits.
Feast of First Fruits, date to be announced. Reminder to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I-Mariam. I-Mariam Shabbat. I-Mariam. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shabbat.
Yad Yamata, Sa, which means turn. I'm going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I-Mariam. I-Mariam Shabbat. I-Mariam. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Yad Yamata, class dismissed.